Hi guys, welcome to our Team Tuesday training today, where our beautiful Tara Vatsky is going to be sharing with you knowledge on Periscope. And I'm going to talk first about compliancy, and then I want to kind of introduce Periscope to you. First of all, you guys have probably been seeing we're really trying to step up our compliancy, not just our team, but the whole entire company, because Isagenix has been life-changing for so many of us, and we want to see this company for the rest of our lives. Many of us say we're ISA for lifers, and in order for that to happen, we need to stay compliant. So a couple talking points I just want to share with you very briefly is that you all know Isagenix is a solutions-based company offering a line of health and wellness products, including food and dietary supplements that are supported by scientific studies and sold to consumers in 14 different countries around the world. A significant majority of our members are consumers who are less interested in building a business than they are in enjoying the products. And actually, the statistics are over 80% of all the people who use Isagenix products are purely product users wanting a great product experience and better nutrition. Isagenix does not require large purchases or front-end loading of products to participate in our comp plan. That's one of the things most of us love about this. We don't have a garage full of inventory that we have to sell. It is not like that at all. We have no large purchases that we have to front-end load. Isagenix has always offered an auto ship on a voluntary basis. We do not require auto ship as a condition for participating in the comp plan. So that's another great thing. We give you rewards for ordering on an auto shipment every month, but it's not necessary. So that's another really great distinguishing point about Isagenix. Also, we prohibit employee and distributors from making medical claims associated with our products or inappropriate income claims. So as far as medical claims, we are food and we are nutrition. We always tell people we do not cure any ailments. We do not cure any diseases. We are purely food and nutrition that you're putting into your body. And the same with income claims. They vary. Depends how much work you put into this. If you're doing Isagenix as a business, you put a ton of time and effort into it, you'll make a great income. But it's not for everyone, and not everyone puts that kind of time and commitment into it. And lastly, we feature income and product disclaimers in our presentation materials and websites in everything that we do. So when you go to company-sponsored events, you'll always see disclaimers, and we're going to be doing that a lot more with our testimonies. All right, on to Periscope. So I have to be very humble and admit, when Tara brought up Periscope, my head spun around, and it did spin for weeks. And she kept saying, we got to do this, we got to do this. And she was so excited about it, and I didn't want to squash your enthusiasm. But for those of you that get overwhelmed easily, like maybe me, we do Facebook. I'm trying to do LinkedIn, and now there's this huge new thing called Periscope, and it really overwhelmed me. So I kind of caught on to Tara's excitement. She was so excited about it. And next thing you know, everybody's on it, and everybody's excited about it. And I always told Tara my worry was people would get so sucked into this new technology that they would not do income producing activities with it. Because those of us that are doing Isagenix as a business, I didn't want them to get sucked into this like we do so many other things. So she got us on this. I've been watching some really great trainings, and I'm super excited about it. So Tara's going to train us for beginners. So some of you have been watching and scoping already, but some of you have no idea what this is. So she's going to kind of give us the ABCs and walk us through this, and we're recording it, so all of you guys can watch this after the fact. So thank you so much for being here today, Tara.
Okay, so the first thing, I did try and get a little assignment, some homework, some pre-work out there before this training, before this seminar. So hopefully, before you all watch this video, that you have done that basically, and we'll post the link back up again, but basically, you must have a Twitter account before you can have a Periscope account, because Periscope is owned by Twitter, and they are linked, and they do work beneficially together. So we did print the direct. Some of you are already on Twitter. I actually was not on Twitter already, so I needed to create a Twitter handle, they would call it, and then I created the same one for my Periscope account. I figured that was easier to share with people. So my name is Isa Tara Vatsky. And I'll go over that again later. So the first thing you want to do is create the Twitter account if you haven't done so already. And so even if you have never tweeted before, this is the time that you want to pick that up, all right? And as Cindy said, I mean, yes, there's so many types of social media, but this one is so really unbelievable. I'll just give you a little bit about this, about why we want to go, with Periscope and really try and master it. Okay, so why Periscope? First of all, number one, it's free, right? Second of all, it's worldwide. You're talking about a worldwide audience here. Third, it's free. Okay. All right. On Periscope, also, you can market yourself. It's a visual here. So we always talk about this as a relationship building business, and people will buy from, and they will trust people, that they see and they can engage with, and that are smiling, and they can see are real people, behind just a text or a post. So you can market yourself, you can market your brand, you can market your product. And as I said, people buy from who they know, they like, and they trust. So they're seeing your face, they're seeing your expressions, and they're seeing your smile. So that's really, really key. Okay, so I'll just share some of the things that, I wanted to tell you also, there are about, at the time that I listened to a training on this, and I'm sure there's even more, there were already about 10 million people on Periscope. And I think it just started like 6 months ago or so, less than a year. About 10 million people were on Periscope, and a very small percentage of them are scoping. And so everybody else is watching. So here's, where you can grab this huge audience. You know what? So for anyone who's saying, I don't know who to talk to anymore, I don't have anybody on my list, well, then this is something that you need. I've gone through everyone on my Facebook page, which you probably haven't, and there are ways to work Facebook, but this is just another whole avenue that you're opening up. Okay, so things that you might post or that you might do on, that you might Periscope about, like specifically for a network marketing company, would be about the lifestyle or the adventures that you're taking. You could share interviews with leaders on Periscope. You could do a product demo, so making a shake, or we could do just something about the vitamins, or, there's a ton of different things that we could, put together, showing the snacks, whatever it needs to be, okay? People always even have questions about the shake. Make sure you're doing a scoop of this, or whatever. Kind of behind the scenes kind of work day, seeing, what it's like to work from home, behind the scenes of your life. Training and sharing content with your target market. So, who are the people that are going to be tuning into this scope and who you're attracting. You can do a live Q&A, obviously, with your followers about Isagenix. You could do a pre-scheduled daily talk show if you're doing something every day, just to really get people to follow you. I try and do a morning motivation every day. I have a daily quote app, and so when it gives me a quote, then I build on it, and I like to do that. It's not at a specific time right now, which probably is even better, but I'd like to do something so people know I'm out there. You could do an inside look at events, and we actually scoped a lot from Celebration, which was really cool, and it helped the people to really feel like they were there. Personal development tips. I've also shared book suggestions. We know that leaders are readers and readers are leaders. Obviously you can, with Periscope, you're engaging with your followers, and you can have a conversation. They're commenting, you comment back. So it's not like you're waiting for a text and everything to go back, back and forth on Facebook or wherever, but you're really having that contact right there with them. Okay. You can also share blog posts or announce webinars. You really can say really anything at the end of your scopes as well. Okay, there are 3 C's that you should follow when scoping. The first C is connect. So you want to make sure that you're connecting with people on Periscope. Okay, so you're finding the people on Periscope, and then you use your Twitter account, and that's where also you can tweet. Then you see what they're doing. You can reply to a tweet, like, after the fact. You find out, what it is that these people are doing and what they have in common with you, and people that might be interested in what you are doing. For example, with us, anyone who's into fitness already, or anyone who's into, holistic or nutrition or whatever, they may not even know about Isagenix. So these are people that you want to follow, and then have them follow you in return. Okay. Also collaboration. So this gives you a great idea of just other people that you can collaborate with. Even if they're not in isogenics, you could find out that they're in your area. You could be doing some sort of workshop together. They can be doing a fitness something. You can be doing the nutrition. So, it's kind of endless there. And obviously community. So right now the scoping community right now is really cool because everyone's really just helping each other to start and become, known, and one wants to get followers and hearts and everything. And hearts are like, I'm going to show you actually, but hearts are like if you're on Instagram and you touch the photo, it gives it a heart, it likes it. So you tap your screen and it likes it actually on Periscope, and I'll show you that. Okay, so I'm going to show you on my screen here. The first thing you want to do, obviously, you want to create your profile. So when you've downloaded Periscope, all right, so I'm going to kind of show you this here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
All right, so basically, once you have a Twitter account, your picture is automatically going to migrate over. You definitely want to put a picture in. Whoops. So I'm getting Twitter notices here. You definitely want to put a picture in because obviously it's connecting, again, a face with a name. Okay, and then underneath we'll see your handle. Now I'm going to suggest to you, and I'll tell you why in a minute, to put hashtag tag tribes. I'm going to tell you why in a minute, okay? Right in your name, not in the profile, but right in your name. This is a really strong Periscoping community, and I think the guy leading it is amazing. I tell everyone to follow him. I'll tell you that in a minute, okay? Secondly, you want to put things in your profile. You could put emojis. All right. So I have like this, like the muscle. I've got some hearts. I have some little money bags. You can put whatever kind of things that you want in there. It will have a limited amount of space. So you don't want to go on and on and on and on, but you want to put some of that stuff, and you don't want to put isogenics. Because you want to create a little bit of intrigue. So for example, I have fit and healthy entrepreneur, freeing people from physical and financial pain, okay, by creating success with health and wealth, okay? But it could be, people, whatever it is, like Susan might put, organic farmer or just whatever. You can put all kinds of different things. And then I just did hashtag best life, okay? I did have the hashtag tag tribes in there, but it's not searchable that way. If you have it in your title, if you guys don't all know, remember, hashtags are not something, we put cute and fun ones out on our posts, but they actually are search engines. So if you click on hashtag tag tribes, then you're going to find all the other people in the community. So, and you can follow them, everything. So remember, hashtags are like I said, it is a search engine. So that's why you want to have that in there. Okay, so that's basically, again, here I'll show you. So this is basically, you could edit it, and you should have your picture. You'll have your name underneath. You'll have mine, and then underneath it says Isa Tara. Whoops, it's telling me that someone's going to broadcast. Isa Taravatsky. Right.
Okay, question for you. Somewhere when I got started with this, someone told me to put my Facebook address in my description. I didn't see yours. Should we not do that?
You know what? I have not heard this. Again, it's limited on the time. What I have heard, I'm going back on that, is to put your Periscope information everywhere.
Okay.
So they know to reach you.
On Facebook, we should be telling them what our Periscope name is.
In fact, if you look at my cover photo on my personal page and also on my business page, it says follow me on Periscope at Isa Taravatsky. So I put that right on my cover photo.
Okay, I'm looking at that right now. Okay, I see it. Yep.
All right. All right. So, all right. Now, here are some people. I'm just going to suggest people that you follow, and I'm going to show you how you do that. So, all right. So when you're on your own page here, when you're on your cover of your Periscope, right, on the bottom here, right here, there's a little, in the bottom right, it looks like a bunch of people.
Yep.
Okay. And when you tap that, okay, then in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to see a magnifying glass. Okay. So you would touch that. All right. Now, so the guy who I think is amazing and is really helping this Periscope community and everything. And he was a Twitter expert. So obviously, you know, he's got this knowledge. And he's from England, so it's kind of fun to listen to him talk anyway. But his name is Mark Shaw, M-A-R-K Shaw. And it will say hashtag tag tribes after his name, because remember, there could be a whole bunch of Mark Shaws. So you want to make sure that you're following the right one. So Mark Shaw. Another one that I've been following is Dana Garrison. Okay, D-A-N-A Garrison. Now she does some fun things. I'm going to show you their pages also, that you can, the communities. But Dana does some really cool things. It's called
Love Tribe.
No, that's her website. But the scope that she'll put is like follow your scope. It's a follow your scope party. And so basically what happens when you go on one of these, you'll go on, you know, and I'm going to go back a second, because I'll tell you here, I'll show you this now, but later on when I show you how you're going to you'll get a notification once you're following someone when they're scoping. Okay, so it'll just come up on your phone. So when you say on it, promote your scope, or it's a promote your scope party, okay, so you'll go on there, and she encourages everyone to write what they're scoping about, all right? And you write what you're scoping about, okay, and you do it over and over and over again. And I'm going to touch base on this more in just a minute. You'll scope over and over again, so people will see what you're scoping about. When you push someone's comment, and this is why at the end here, Cindy and I are actually going to do a real scope. I will just invite her privately. I want to show you how it works. When you push on a comment, all of a sudden it'll come up and it'll say that you could view one of the choices, you know, because you wanted to, let's say they said something about fitness, and you're like, okay, that sounds pretty cool. You would touch their comment, up would pop another box. Now you say view profile, and you say, well, wow, that sounds pretty neat. And then you click follow. So when you're on this promote your scope, the comments fly past pretty quickly when you've got a lot of people. So think about it. You're posting what you're scoping about, and you're trying to look at the other to see if there are people that you want to follow like 50 times pretty quickly. Okay. It's not frozen, is it?
I think it's on my end, but I think you're fine.
Okay. No, it said me for a second, but
okay.
It's off now. Okay. Okay. So let me just tell you some other people. So Mark Shaw, Dana Garrison, Eric Worre, just some great posts or some great scopes, right? So Eric, and then Worre, he's the author of GoPro, right? A lot of us have been watching a couple from Isogenics that is being very successful, and they are also really doing a lot of training and helping everyone. So when you follow them on Periscope, it's global executives. Okay, so it's not their name. So sometimes you just need to know the handle for somebody. Also, Randy Gage, who's a motivational speaker. Okay. R-A-N-D-Y, and then Gage, G-A-G-E. I also follow Tara Romano. She does a morning motivation and very early. I mean, I think she's on the West Coast and she's doing it at about 5 a.m. their time. So Tara Romano from Isogenics. Tracy O'Malley as well. That's T-R-A-C-Y. And then apostrophe Malley. Susan Sly I'm following. I haven't seen as many from her, but and another one just big on social media is Kim Garst, G-A-R-S-T. Okay. And then the one other person, two other people that I would suggest, I mean, there could be tons and tons, but Amber Voigt, V-O-I-G-H-T. She's with that company called Unique. She does the mascara and everything, but she's in her 20s and has built her huge team and a ton on social media, and it's been doing some great scoping things as well. Okay. And the last one I just want to share right now that you can start off with is Sarah Robbins. Sarah Robbins was one of the very first Rodan and Fields consultants, and has some great information as well. So if you see things from her pop up, it might be good to follow. All right, now, and I'm Isa Taravatsky, and I know Cindy is Isa Cindy, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you'll start to know all of our different handles and everything. Now, one of the things that you want to do, in order to find out when any of these people that you're following are scoping, you need to get notifications, okay? So on an iPhone, so I only have an iPhone, so I don't know the other way, but hopefully those of you who do will know the other way, okay? So you go to your settings on your iPhone, okay? Settings, okay? And then where it says notifications, all right? And then as long as you have Periscope on there, you're going to scroll down. Let me find my Periscope. You're going to scroll down to Periscope, okay? And then you're going to make sure it says allow notifications. All right, now, I'm going to put it on now, and you can do it in the beginning. I'm going to put sounds on, and then I also have badge app icon, so it tells me if I have anything in there, and show on lock screen, so it would come up. And I have it set on banners, so it'll come up and it'll stay there, versus an alert on your notification, which shows up and then disappears. Okay? Now, after a while, I am going to tell you that you're probably going to want to shut the sound off. All right? Because I'm sure, actually, now that I put the sound on here, at some point while we're on here, you're going to hear what it sounds like. You all know, I think, if you've ever gotten a tweet, it sounds like a bird. So it's a little different. You'll know it's a Periscope announcement or whatever versus a tweet. But it does kind of have that same bird sound. So you will hear it here. So obviously when you're following a lot of people, you don't want to be constantly being tweeted. I do have it right next to me when I'm working at my desk, and so I can see if one comes up and I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting or not. And again, I do want to stress what Cindy said. This is, people on here are scoping about like, hi, here's what I'm doing. Like, I'm making scrambled eggs or whatever, and you might say like, wow, that's interesting. But really, if it's business time, focus on your business. And you might be watching some that, are business oriented and can help you as well. So just, I want to stress what she said as well. Really, really important. I mean, I have the potential to all get sucked into Facebook as well. Okay. You have to be really focused. Okay. You want to make sure, okay, when you're posting, people have limited time, like we all do. So you want to make sure that you're giving them something of value. And that doesn't mean before you do your first scope that it has to be absolutely perfect. Okay. Everyone who's starting, we all know, and everyone's supportive. And that's the cool thing about that. This is new for everyone. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it doesn't have to be long either. In fact, they're better if they're shorter, because obviously people can watch them quickly and it's not a lot of time. But just think about something, that you're doing that could be of value to someone. And I'm going to tell you, when you're starting right now, you can do, like I said, I've done motivational ones. I did one about like, are all proteins the same? And I just got notes from the Isogenics page. So kinds of things like that. You can talk about isogenics or not. Maybe you feel comfortable with some other topic right now. So practice scoping about that. It doesn't have to all be ISA stuff, but you can get a following and they can start to like you. It's called attraction recruiting. They're like, oh, she's cool. And then they get to know you better and then they want to know more about you. Okay. So here I'm going to set up. All right. So when you're in Periscope, here's how you would start to scope. All right, so you're on your personal page there, and to always get back to the personal one, if you touch the people at the bottom right, and then this single person at the top right, okay? So now it'll come back to your own page, right? Now, you're gonna see 4 buttons on the bottom, all right? Here's the people one. This one is a camera right here. It's got the red dot. This one is a world. It can actually show you who's scoping all over the world. And then this last one here, you can click on to see who you are following, who's live. So in other words, like right now, You can see here's some of them following live. Now, scopes will last for 24 hours. So if you scroll down, there's some recent ones in the last 24 hours of people that I'm following. Okay. Now you can watch a replay for 24 hours. I'm going to show you a trick on how you can keep it for longer, your own scopes. But you can follow any scope. It'll be there for 24 hours. So you want to make sure that you catch it before the 24 hours is up. All right. Now, you will be able to like that person's replay. You will not be able to give comments, obviously, because then there's nobody to respond once it's just a replay. Okay. So to start your own, push the little one that has the red button. So that's the camera. And then you're just going to get a blank screen and it's going to say, what are you seeing now? All right. And here's where you go in and you're going to type, all right, so I'm going to type a title and I'll show you. Okay, and then I'll put, you know, I can, like I said, I want to put some cute emojis, not tons, don't overwhelm, but you want to make it pop so that people want to see, you know, what it is. Okay. And then you can also, at this point, I would always, I'm not going to do it now, but hashtag tag tribes. Okay, so that people know. Now, you will notice when you're doing this, above the red bar that says start broadcast, you'll see that?
Yeah.
Okay, there are 4 little icons. The little tiny triangle right here, okay, so the little triangle will say location sharing on. So it'll give you the general region where you're scoping. See, I made the title be sharing about the awesomeness of Periscope, all right? And I just put some stars and thumbs up in there. You can put some more in there depending on what you're scoping, if it makes sense. Okay, so if you put that little arrow thing on, it's going to show exactly where you're scoping the general region from. The next one is a lock, okay? So if you push that lock, you can actually choose a specific audience. Now, there's no way to group people, like you can't just scope to your team. You would have to touch each person individually. So like if I press the lock, all of my followers are going to come up and I could select which ones I want to add. Okay. So actually right now for doing this, I'm just going to add Cindy so this doesn't go out to the world. Cindy Walter. Okay. All right. So this is going to be private, make private. All right. And, oh, okay. Now, if it's not private, I'll take this off a second. All right. If it's not private, there's one more button you should see on the right, and it looks like a little bird. Okay. That's Twitter. So what's really cool is your scope, if you have that on, will automatically tweet too with the link to your replay. So, which is really awesome. So now you're getting it out on Twitter too. So if you have different followers on Twitter and Periscope, it's going out there as well. When they click on the link, it's going to go to periscope.tv. Again, it's only going to be there for 24 hours. So I would definitely make sure that you touch the little bird there. If you're doing a public broadcast, so it automatically tweets. That's big. Okay. So now, okay. So right now, I have this name on here. I have it that I want to be private with Cindy. And then you're going to touch Start Broadcast. But let me show you what you want to do first. As soon as you touch Start Broadcast, okay, the screen is going to show what's facing away from you. You're not going to be able to change it that fast, all right? So, where is it here? I put a page up to... I have a whole bunch of windows open that I want to share with you. Oh, here, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. Okay. Oh, you know what? All right. So here, for example, I am going to, before I push Start Broadcast, can you see that? Can you see what's on my screen, Cindy?
No, I just see you.
Okay, all right, so that's why I have to share screen. Let me share the screen here. Oh, actually, no, I'll take this off. Oh, no, I have to have that on. Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to share the screen. Sorry about this. Okay, so here, share screen. Okay, so now can you see what my screen is?
Yeah.
Okay, so all I did was I found a graphic of Periscope. So as soon as I hit start broadcast and people start joining, then you're automatically going to, this is what they're going to see. They're not going to see my desk or my keyboard or some weird thing. So you want to have it facing what you're going to be scoping about. Okay?
Yep.
Now, as soon as you push the start broadcast button, that's what it's going to show. And Cindy, do you have your you have those notifications, the sounds on?
Oh yeah.
So when I start broadcast, did you get a little tweet there?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, all right, so now you're still looking at that Periscope. When you double tap the screen, okay, now it's going to turn around and it's going to be looking at you. Okay, and here's when you go into up. Now, on the bottom right-hand corner, you can see how many, it's a little, I have my light here. On the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see how many people are following you. And if you touch on that number, all right, you can touch on that number, and then you bring it up and swipe up, you can see who the person is, or people, obviously, and the number will keep changing, so you'll see all the people. You can then, you will also be able to see, and maybe, you guys can practice the scoping as well in the private net, but I'm looking at that it says sharing about the awesomeness with Periscope, and then you're going to touch the little speech bubble. Okay, so Cindy, if you can write, you see where it says comments?
Yep.
On yours, so you can go ahead and write in a comment, and then hit send. Okay. Okay, all right, so I just got a phone call in the middle there. So it says, so cool. Now, if you notice, you should see, you know what, actually, they're still looking at this. Cindy, you're still looking at that Periscope thing, right?
No, I see you.
You see me, okay.
I just turned the volume off because I was hearing volume from.
But wait a minute, you see me on your screen or on your computer?
On my phone, it's you.
Yes, okay, so let me go back. Let me go back.
Which is what you'd want if you were broadcasting something.
Yes, I want to go back to, here. Let's see, stop share. Okay, what I want to show you, so this is what, all right, so you're looking at this. Go ahead, Cindy, if you can make a comment, I want to show what it's going to look like when you,
okay, now I'm not seeing, that's kind of weird what I'm seeing now.
No, on your screen, on your own screen.
I'm yeah.
On your phone. Yeah, you're not seeing me right now because I'm pointing it towards the screen so everybody on the computer can see it. But go ahead and type some kind of message on some kind of comment. Okay, so you can see how Cindy's comment will come up here. Now, if a whole bunch of people are scoping, then or watching your post, all the comments are going to fly up, and then they're going to disappear. Now, Cindy, again, if you're liking what somebody is saying, or obviously if they're liking you, when they tap on the screen, so go ahead, Cindy, tap on your screen, just anywhere, and you see how these hearts are coming up. It's showing that she's sending the love. Okay, and this is really great. Now you'll notice also when Cindy posted her comment, her face was orange and her hearts are orange too. So the hearts actually align with the person. And at the end, you can check who gave you the most hearts. Okay, all right, so that's a cool thing. All right, so now all right, we can end. Now, to end a scope, if you are scoping, so you're looking at your screen, all you need to do is swipe down, and it'll say, and the thing will come up and say, stop broadcast. So I will just stop the broadcast, and it'll end, okay? You're then going to get some stats here. So it'll say, okay, so how many were on, how long it lasted, where the location was, who was on, and it said that she gave 132 hearts.
Wow.
So you get all that information right from there.
Yep.
Okay. So it's pretty cool. Now, here's what's neat. All right. So, so you give hearts by tapping the screen. And the reason you want to give hearts and you want to get hearts is because Periscope actually will rank and you'll come up as like, it'll say like, it helps to get the username ranked basically. And you can move up in most popular, they will recommend. All right, now you can, when you're watching the replay on your phone, if you're watching on the phone, you can still give hearts, you can't comment, right? You can also, remember I said that when you scoped, it's automatically, if you push the little bird, it'll automatically tweet as well. The link will be there so you can watch a replay on your computer. You can't tap or leave comments on the computer, but you can watch a scope on your computer. Okay? Yep. So there's some differences. All right. Now, again, what's really cool is, oh, you know what I didn't do? If I would have tapped on Cindy's comments, as she made the comment, if I would have tapped there, like I said, the box would have come up and I could have seen one of the choices, view profile, right? And if I viewed the profile, then I could see what she was into, and then another thing would say follow, and I could follow her, okay? Or I could choose not to. So that's where you can do that by clicking on the comment of the person. You can find out more about them. All right, now, as I said, there is, as I said, all of these scopes only last for 24 hours. However, you can actually, let's go to share the screen again. You can join something called, go to a website called catch.me. So everybody see this? KATCH.me. And what this is going to do, if you put hashtag catch in your post, all right, but you don't really need to yet, then all of your scopes will be, you can see all of my different videos that I made here, and I've posted some of them on ISA for Life. Here I did one about the coffee. I did something, we did a 28-day plank challenge. Here are some ones I did from Celebration, okay? So it's going to catch all of your scopes. Go ahead, Cindy.
Okay, so say that one on coffee. I have not seen that one yet. So because it's been caught, you've caught it, you could still go back and save this on ISA for Life or one of our team groups.
Correct.
Because you saved it.
You can do a couple things, okay? So now first, let me just go back here for a second. So here, when I clicked on my videos, you see all my videos, okay? If you go to settings, okay, and I have checked off Periscope. I don't use Meerkat. That's another service. But I use Periscope, so I have that checked. And then I also want to check here auto catch. So now it says, when checked, you no longer have to use hashtag catch in your titles. But make sure to broadcast your stream out to Twitter so we can catch you. Okay, so they catch it and they hold it. And then I don't want them to tweet the links from my account because I'm already tweeting them on Twitter, so they will come out twice. So just have it say, have catch HQ tweet me a link to my replay. Okay, so you can have that. Okay, so now if you look on your videos, right underneath each video, it'll have, there's an edit, or you can get this button, which comes up and it says download. Okay, so it says download. You would download it, and then I would go back to, let's see, wait. You could upload it to Facebook. Okay, once you have it downloaded, you've got it. You can download it to Facebook or upload it to Facebook. You could upload it to a YouTube channel, and I will show you. I have saved the YouTube channel, and I think I put it on here. I did have it. I actually changed the name. It's now, ISA for Life videos. So I'm going to just, I'm going to show you this. Okay, let's see. So YouTube, my channel, Isogenics training and motivational videos. All right. So I have saved all these here. Some of them, like I said, I've put on. Here's one I did about the comp plan, about, right in the beginning. I haven't put them all on here, but here's the one is all protein the same, persevere, got courage, make it count. So once I have them on here, we could send anybody to a YouTube channel. There's a multitude of different things that you can do, but this catch.me is awesome. You can only catch, of course, your own scopes. So you should hope that other people are catching them as well so that you can, all right, so let me stop the share here. Okay. All right, let's see. Click on settings, auto catch. Okay. All right, and I just want to give you that last little bit. All right, see here, I just got, my sounds are off right now, I think. That's weird. I thought I had them on. But see, I just got a message that said this person is scoping, so I can view the scope or dismiss it. So I'll just view so I can show you what's going to happen. So it kind of gets fuzzy for just a little bit. Oh, you know what? Michael Klaus is also, that's a good one. So he's live now too. So if I put dismiss, I'm just going to show you. You see that people are, you see how many people are on here? Okay, you see all the different color hearts. Every person has a different color. You can see the comments right here. Okay, so it doesn't matter what he's saying, just for our purposes here, but it's kind of cool that you can type in. And some people actually say, enter your name if you haven't joined on before. If you haven't joined on before, then, write, Mark Shaw says, this is the first time you're scoping with me, he's like, put your name and write Cupcake. So Cupcake will pop out, You try and say hello to the people. One thing he does say is talk right away. Don't let it sit around and say, let's wait for a few more people or whatever. Just boom, you want to grab them right away. Okay, have the picture on there, turn it around and start talking. Another tip that he gave the other day was don't just expect people, to have your posts and then, for you to do these scopes and then everyone to follow you. You have to be, it's a community. So you want to see other people's, you want to comment. Okay. So there's a couple other just shares I want to show you. On Facebook, you want to go to, let's see. Okay. Oh. What are you seeing right now?
I'm seeing your Facebook page and your messages. Your messages are open.
Let's see. Let's close those up. Okay. Let's see. Wait a minute. New share. I'm going to click the other screen.
So I see tag.
Okay, here we go. So tag. This is what I did want to share anyway. Tag tribes without all my messages there. Okay. All right. So this right here, you want to join. This is Mark, the one that Mark Shaw leads. This is a great community. So just go to tag tribes and ask to join the group. Okay. And then select all posts and you'll see notifications. Now look what he has on here. When you are posting, you're going to do a scope. You could put it right on here. Hey, I'm going to be scoping at 2 p.m. Eastern or whatever time it is. Write what you're scoping about, write tag tribes, and write your name, like at Taravatsky, okay? At Isa Taravatsky with the at symbol. And then people who see this will tune in, okay? After you scope, all right, you can go to Twitter because it's been grabbed, right? And you want to copy the link and then you can post it. You can post it right here, okay? Everybody see those? Mm-hmm. Okay, so now I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. And I can go and I can watch her replay. And then I can decide that I want to follow her, okay? If I'm watching on my phone, I could follow her or I could watch it on the computer, all right? Yep. So that's pretty cool. So I would definitely do this Tag Tribes group. And anytime Mark Shaw comes up, he is full of wisdom on this scoping. And I would really take advantage. I would really take advantage of that and listen to what he says about how he will tell you how to get the followers. And a lot of it is following other people and making comments. Again, I want to reiterate what Cindy said. Don't go, all over and, oh, let me check out this person walking their dog or whatever, but there's some good stuff out there. All right.
Maybe just blocking, how much time. I know with Facebook, I have to do that. I allow myself so much time on Facebook, and that's it. That way I don't get caught up in reading everyone else's news feed, because it takes me away from what I originally
what you need
went
to
there
do.
for.
Exactly. So what I would do, quite honestly, is in the morning, put it in your calendar to check out some of the scopes, maybe from the previous day that haven't expired yet. Maybe, join in quickly or whatever, even if you can't make the comments because you're not watching it live. All right. And just, oh, that was a great topic, or this. So they get to know you, and then they'll want to follow you. Okay.
Right.
If you can see some live, like during the day, you might want to, keep it off. But if there's something interesting, watch it. But you don't have to stay on for the whole thing all the time. And they know that people are hopping in and out because they're checking these things out, piecemeal. I will tell you this: you cannot watch a replay on your phone. You can't pause and go back.
Right.
But once it's recorded, okay, then you are able to do that. So that's kind of cool when you save it, I think, to YouTube. So that's basically it. So like I said, I would join Mark Shaw, and I would I got a lot of followers from the Promote Your Scope parties, and I'll just show you lastly. I know this has been a little bit, but it's like I think a lot of meat on here, and I know it's important that people totally get it before they, all right. So this is, what are we seeing now? Let's
Love
see.
Tribe Ninjas.
Yes. Okay. So this is, that is Dana's, Love Tribe Ninjas is Dana's. And if you scrolled, it's so funny because I'm sharing it and I'm not seeing it because I'm on something else. Let me just switch over. Okay. So she tells you to start here. You take a picture of your profile, you put it on. And what she does is, for example, upcoming scope. So this was yesterday, and you would tell people what you're going to be scoping about. Okay. And then she has replay love. So then you put your link here, and you can go in, and they encourage them, give the person 1,000 hearts. You can only give 500 hearts at a time. So you'd have to go out and go back in. So it's just kind of everybody sharing the love on this one. So it is pretty interesting. Just want to go back to this 1 second. Here, this is important. New share here. Okay. This is how you get on that tag tribes, be part of this community. Okay. So you can join, there's a mailing list. You can see that on the right-hand side there. So this one, join tag tribes now. Here's the group, facebook.com/groups/tag tribes. I think if you just search for tag tribes, okay.
Yep.
Add it to your bio on Periscope and Twitter, and add it to your show headline so people can support your show. All right.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So obviously that's a lot. If you have any questions at all, you can Facebook message me or put something on, in the comments of our posts on ISA for Wealth and ISA for Life and wherever that is. And I'm happy to help with any additional questions. But I will tell you, the more you do it, and try it late at night when, you're not connecting with clients or whatever, or, give yourself a small block of time, not during main, business time, so that you can play with it. You learn it pretty quickly, but obviously, and you get better with each scope, and it's fun, but it is, like I said, it's free and it's worldwide marketing. So since we are in 14 countries, you could be reaching people all over the place. So
and that's what I think is super, super cool about it. Thank you for your time today. I know
that was a long training there,
but you know what? For so many people, many of us are watching and doing trainings and following people, but are afraid to scope ourselves.
Yeah.
So knowing that we can set up a private scope even with one buddy just to kind of help us and gain a little bit of confidence before we go public and live to the world, I think is comforting too. So I'll post
you know what, here, let me just tell you, like I scoped a private one to some of my team from Celebration, putting out a contest that I was doing. The ones that I knew were on Periscope. So you could do it with a group. You could do fun things like that, reach
And I
out.
think training too, and following this Lynette and Paul Global Executives, they were talking about how they train their new people. They do like a video. You could do the video explaining the first 14 days on the program on Periscope privately to them. So many cool options. I'll post this video, and then if you have comments, suggestions, questions underneath it, post that, and um, I'll try to help Tara. She's better equipped to answer them, but we'll do our best to help you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Love you, Tara.
Thanks.
Thank you.